Jan, thank you very much for speaking with us today. I just wondered if you could give us a quick introduction to who you are, where you are, and a little bit of background.
Well, I'm Dutch, and I'm a medical doctor by training, and I started my pharmaceutical career a long time ago, first with ICI, so a British company, and later on with Zambon, Italian company, and that's where I spent more than 10 years in pharmaceutical industry, always on the R&D side. And then I moved to the services industry, CRO world, and I spent there about 13 years in the CRO world, also in Quintiles. And in the last few years with Quintiles, it was also at their part, the investment part called NovaQuest. And also I spent 15 months with a boutique investment bank, Europa Partners. So I've been also on the pharma side, on the CRO side, and on the investment side. And now I'm with a European CRO, with a niche CRO, cardiovascular metabolic diseases, being responsible for the businesses. And the extra thing is that because of my background, we look also to risk investment, not in the products of companies, BioTechs, but in their clinical development programs.
Brilliant. So you've got a real sort of global view of the industry then, as someone who's sort of seen it from all sides.
I hope so.
So with that in mind, how are you seeing things changing, both at the moment, and how do you expect things to change over the next year or so?
Well, what you see and what was discussed here also this morning, that you see the emerging markets like the BRIC countries, but you have China, India, and that they're emerging markets. They're becoming of interest for pharma. Mid-sized, big pharma, not only to the growing market over there, let's say diabetes, but I think that the emerging markets will one day will also come to us. When will a Chinese pharmaceutical company, Indian pharmaceutical company, and I'm not talking only about the generic companies, go to the West and see us as an emerging market? You never know. That could be the future. Is it 10 years? Is it 20 years? I don't know. But that could be, maybe it's not for me anymore, but that could be something.
How do you think that's going to affect the industry then? Obviously it's going to be quite a huge change, but is that going to drive costs down? Is it going to increase productivity?
I think the productivity in the current emerging markets like India or China will go up. And not only, now it's only cheap production. But I think one day it will change that there will also be R&D. There will also be a discovery over there. Plus then you have discovery and production, and then you will have to find the patients in our area. So maybe it could be in 20 years from now the other way around.
And how will we be able to keep up then as the emerged markets?
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know. That's more for I think for the future generations. But that's something. No, I didn't think of that yet. But maybe it's time also to invest in Chinese companies or in Indian companies, although difficult. But,
So, what would you say then are your biggest challenges right now?
Find business. No, yeah, the biggest challenge is, I think, bring a product to the market successfully. Because I think that's, it's difficult now with all the regulatory hurdles and cost. That will be quite difficult. And a lot of biotechs, of course, now are put on a standstill because lack of money, and then a lot of interesting compounds are being shelved.
Really? I didn't know they're actually being shelved.
I think there's still, let's say, a lot of compounds still doing nothing.
What do you think can be done to bring? Because obviously it must be human interest there to bring them out.
I think the best tool to get things moving is money. It's the old thing: money makes the world go round.
Indeed, so in short supply right now for many nations.
Yeah.
So, and talking of that, and talking of the funding, we've been hearing a lot about the conflict between early and late stage deals.
Yeah.
Whether you should bring funding in at phase 1 or phase 2. Is there a single answer to that? Is there really one definite route
probably
to go down?
The solution is in between. Probably you need a mix of early phase. Early phase have to be funded, otherwise you never can make it to the late phase product.
Is this a problem though at the moment, or is this just something to be aware of? That
both, I think, be aware of, and it's now an issue. But yeah, again, with money and maybe with new therapies like gene therapy, what was also discussed this morning, that you could do there, I think already early funding, in early phase.
And also, there's been talk of mega mergers and and all the large pharmaceutical companies bonding together. And is this a good thing? Is this going to provide more money, perhaps even more liquidity, or is it a dangerous monopoly, or do you wish not to say?
I think it's dangerous monopoly. I think all the big mergers until now, it didn't really strengthen the R&D pipeline. They could reduce costs. They increased the top line, the revenues. They pleased the shareholders, but it never did increase enhance the R&D pipeline. And that's what you see also now. Maybe sometime, one day, the BD departments will be bigger than the R&D departments, and they will be called S&D, Search and Development, instead of Research and Development. That's now what's going on.
So, is this a call then for increased regulation, do you think? Or is there maybe even too much regulation, or is it being regulated by the wrong people and in the wrong way?
No, I don't think so. I think regulation is fine. Emphasis now is always now on safety. Yeah, but maybe with orphan drug indications and where you can have a different safety point of view, that could be also something. That is a nice area, by the way, orphan drug indications.
So finally, if I could just ask you one more thing. If you could give one piece of advice to the regulators, what would it be?
Well, safety is important, but also look at the kind of indication. And I'm not a regulatory guy, but I would say indication important. Is it a rare disease? And is it really better than existing therapy? And not too much at probably the price, but that's always at the end important.
Of
the
course.
Reimbursement. What will be the level, or will it be reimbursed?
Well, thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure, Jan.
That's a pleasure.
I'll see you again.
Thank you.